If you know anything about the game dev space, you've probably heard of a game jam, a short form community event where the groups have a friendly competition to produce great games in a few days or weeks depending on the format. And this concept is absolutely insane because games take months or years to make. So why would people torture themselves to produce a game so quickly? Well, it's actually quite fun. And the other week, my friend called me up and was like,
"Oi, we want to make a game, but know nothing about making games. You in?"
Now, I had absolutely nothing going on, so I went for it. Got on a call, chatted utter shite until a game idea emerged, and then we got to work. We entered a casual game jam that had 2 weeks to go, and as I'm always an idiot when it comes to time management, I thought I could get it done. The theme for the game jam was growth. Instead of being boring, going with the obvious idea of farming, we went for the second obvious idea of a giraffe conquering capitalism. Now, as I'm the only one with any game dev experience, I was basically in charge of programming and making the actual game, with the others providing sounds and graphics. And the game we planned on delivering was an Overcooked style shop management game, where the giraffes have to stock shelves, work the tills, and keep the customers happy, or else you'd be out of business. The first part of any development is writing down the key elements for the game. For this, we used Millernote to keep track of everything, and this is the flowchart I used to start development. The first thing I worked on is the player character, the giraffe. I created this lovely box model for a test and got to work programming the movement and input. I've done this loads of times already, so this was very easy to do. And here he is strolling about a basic world. Now, one of the biggest systems in the game is the interaction system, which will be the base for almost every gameplay feature. How this works is the players and customers will have a trigger in front of them, and that will add any interact targets to a list when it collides with them. And then when the interact function is called, the first in the list is interacted with. It uses this list system to avoid any overlapping issues. All of the interact targets will inherit from the base target class and override the interact function to do whatever they need to. The basic flow of the game is the player orders some items to stock, they put the items on the shelf, customer comes in, takes the item, customer goes to the till, player operates the till, customer leaves. I think if you understand how a shop works, you might be able to grasp this concept. For the customers, I thought it would be fun to learn Unity's nav mesh system for their movement, and this works really well, but this thing is annoying. The way a nav mesh works is the agents will move towards the target using the quickest path. But if the item they want is on the left hand side of the store, they will have no care at all walk right through the tills to get to it. Now, this took me days to come up with a really easy solution. I tried to battle the nav mesh system using the links, off mesh travel, and anything I could think of to get the customers to move in the direction I wanted them to. And after all that time, it was just horrendous. When an agent moves off mesh using the link, they just sort of teleport to the endpoint. It just looks awful. They just sort of jump into the store. And so the best solution I found was actually the easiest. Just design the shop so they physically can't walk the wrong way. The store has 2 doors, one for the entrance and one for the exit. And I made a hedgerow outside so they are forced to move through the store in a single direction. The scoring works by getting an average happiness rating for each customer. They start at 100% happiness, and every time they're left waiting, it ticks down until they're served. Each day, the target happiness grows and grows to make sure you're on top of all of the jobs. For each purchase the customers make, you'll get coins to order new items from the computer. If the customer's shopping list is generated with an item that the store doesn't stock, they'll automatically lose some happiness, which incentivizes the player to get a variety of items, but it also increases the difficulty as you have to manage more things. Hopefully this balances the skill and difficulty of the game. So how did we do for the game jam? Well, this footage here is the latest version of the game, and as you might be able to tell, it doesn't look like a complete project. But that would be fine for a game jam submission, except the game jam ended 2 weeks ago. So we didn't make the target. It's just another scenario where the scale of the game really got away from us. But this project is still being developed in our free time to hopefully release at some point. And so overall, it's been a great project. I would definitely recommend entering game jams if you're interested. It really pushes you to work on something new, and it's a nice feeling when you can bring an idea to life so quickly. And for the 2 fans that are asking about Command Donuts, it is coming at some point. I have made a few more enemies, but I haven't actually touched it in a while, so it might take me some time to sort of get back into it, depending on life and stuff. So if you're looking forward to that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my hectic upload schedule. Maybe someday I will actually release a project, but it is not this day. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.